All right, in this video, follow along while I convert my non-functioning power window, rear tailgate window, to this hand crank style. And I'll also go into why so many of us full-size Jeepers hate this Crown Automotive hand crank and how to even make it work. So check it out. This is just out of curiosity, especially since the motor doesn't work all that well. Can I get it to get switched over to a crank style and at least have a functioning back window for the time being? Definitely feel better about driving it. And I'm just in this neighborhood full of all kinds of nature. Good Lord, that bird is loud. Nothing I can do about it. So anyways, let's just get in it, see if we can make it happen. Alright, just going to use a pair of vice grips to clip on this safety latch and let the weight of the grip hold it down. I can open it up. Seems like it would work well, but it actually comes up closer to the top and then just kind of binds up. It doesn't really want to work very well, so. Not too bad. So this, it looks like if you get these arms pretty much straight across, it's easiest to get the glass off, and then it lines up these guys with the holes. Guess maybe I need to adjust that guy a little bit more so that they'll come out, but it's just these 6 bolt screw style, and then of course the bolts holding the lock mechanism on, or the crank mechanism on the front side, and then the whole thing will come out in theory. That sort of hot. There we go. Back out it comes. So it must be cheaper or something. So of course the fun stuff I missed. Forgot to hit record. Noob mistake. Things should be running 24/7. Seems like. Was that I discovered, hey, this guy, the power window is missing a spring. That's probably why it didn't work very well. Most likely the reason it didn't work very well. And B, these springs are larger than the power spring, and I have a clearance issue. It's pushing up against this back here. Its mounting location is pushing up against the spring, and so I'm getting kind of a binding issue, I guess, with it. And so what I missed in the recording is kind of trimming this back a little bit to get it to clear. And I kind of felt like something was wrong if you saw me kind of prying on it to push it down to get these holes to line up. So, you know, hopefully that fixed whatever was binding, and when I put this all back together, it'll work like a champ. So we'll see. Yeah. All right, that lines up a whole lot better. Yep. Okay. Started to put this back together now that it fits a little bit better without jamming it. And there's a lot of adjustability to this, and that caught my eye. And so before I got too much further, I flipped it up and realized that this guy can move around a bit. So before we completely tighten it down, we're going to stick the crank on. Start there. I've got a screw jammed in here to keep it open, and then I got it in place, centered up the crank, and found that the mounting holes are just slightly different. You know, I don't know these things. I'm just going off of a couple of factors. Getting this, since the crank, these three holes, this centers on those three holes. I'm trying to get the shaft to center on 3 holes, mounting holes on the outside of the panel. And then the bar, it should be dropping, you know, the 2 sides of the window at the same rate at the same time. So getting it kind of in there parallel with, you know, the whole trunk, the whole tailgate. I can't think right now. A little flustered and frustrated. Anyway, so I'm just going to elongate 3 of the holes just a little bit to allow for the alignment of the bolt. Looks like about as good as it'll get. Okay. Okay, after looking at this for a few minutes, I realized this is why nobody likes one of the reasons why nobody likes the Crown Automotive crank, because there's just these little imperfections. For instance, over here you can see a lip of this side fine, this side not so fine, because as this rotates around and sits in here and brings this down, it's rotating on, you can see it's flush against the side of the wall here. And so what was happening is it rotated around, it hit this lip, and then it couldn't go any further because it needs to ride along the edge. So either I grind that out or file that down. I'm going to try to grind that out first. Okay. I feel like it's laughing at me. Woo! This drill's about had it. See if I can get... Nope. No more. It's dead. Oh. Oh, that looks so bad. Wow. Oh. Yeah, of course. No, it doesn't work. It's not working. Oh. See, it's better. Yep. Still not enough. Going full send here. All right, hope that did it. There we go. There it goes, all the way around. All the way around. Oh. I broke it. So the problem I'm having now, although it'll lock, is that guy is not catching on the lip that's in the back there. Back here there's a little lip. I don't, it feels like there'd be enough there for it to catch, which makes me feel like the spacing is off or something. I may have taken too much off there. Let's see. That definitely did it. Of course, the jamming problem isn't fixed in there. Swell. There it goes. This lock cylinder probably fits perfectly in a old stock one. Okay, it's locked in, turn it around, unlock it, and it comes right out. Key and all, probably because in my grinding, I don't have much of a lip on that side anymore. That appears to have done it. The reason it's coming back apart yet again is because after all that, I realized that this bolts on only one way with that drop down locking mechanism where the lock drops down into there, goes into the down position. And I want, when it's the window's up and locked, I want the handle to be in a downward position. So you kind of have to play with it to get it. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to have to push the window up, climb inside, figure, you know, get it as high as it'll get jammed up in there, and then wedge something in the scissor mechanism, I guess, to keep it up so that I can come back here and put this on in the lock position and bolt it down. Sure. I don't know. We'll kind of wing it. But that's why it's coming back apart, because I have to reverse come on. So if I want it to be like this in the lock position, which it can do because this pin will exit out the bottom or it'll exit out the top. But depending on how this works. So if it's in there like this, then your lock can only push up. It cannot push down. So in order to get it to lock down, I have to turn this around inside this thing so that the little notch is in the up position. Like so. Like that. So that should be unlocked. And when it goes together, I don't know if you can see down in there. Now it locks in the down position. And then unlock. Okay. So when you pull all your stuff off, check to see how the bolt pattern is. It's probably the same. I'm sure it went down the assembly line like that. I got the spring in there. Yep, spring in there. This washer goes in there. This guy goes on. And just been smacking it on like that. Now pinch the fingers. Okay, one more test. Something like that. Oh, gotta get it lined up. Drops down the locks. Pull it up. Got some wiggle, but it's locked. Come on. Which way does it turn? There it goes. Unlock. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, so on a scale of 1 to 10, that was an 11. Upwards of a nightmare. Don't recommend doing this. And I will be buying all new lock and crank when I can find an original piece. Love the one that has the Jeep and the original logo on it. But those are harder and harder to come by. So this will have to do for now. For now, you can see the locking mechanism works. Next step, install. Alright, that's it installed. Up it goes. Yeah. Got a little adjustment I need to do. Not sure if it's the new seal or inside the arms. Need to be adjusted. But it goes up and down. Really smoothly. Let's see how it locks. Locked. So that's that. That's how I did conversion from electric window to hand crank window. Definitely recommend trying to find an original part. This Crown Automotive took way too much modification than it should have. It should have just bolted right in. It was ridiculous how poor quality this kind of was. I also hear that it tends to break fairly quickly, so we'll see how long it lasts. But I'll keep my eye out for a nice replacement, hopefully with the Jeep logo. Till then, it'll serve its purpose, and that's what it does. So if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the bleep bloops at the bottom. And thanks for watching.